Well, hello, YouTubers. This is Bob. It is so good to be back with you. Well, we've got tons of letters here, and we're going to keep working on them. But before we get into the letters today, give me just a moment, and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay. My spirit guide Fletcher's here. He says hi to all of you. Okay, my first letter tonight is for Gear Gale. Hi, thank you for your letter. You know, it's very interesting because what happened to you in that shop was that those statues that you saw were portals. They served as portals to the spirit world. And many people who practice rituals and things like that oftentimes use statues as points of contact to open doorways. And I believe that around you, you're becoming much more psychic and you're perceiving the power of those various portals. Now, I don't see anything dangerous around you or anything, but it simply was an opening to the spirit world, okay? And you may in the future go there and feel called to pick up one of those statues or use it in your own home. And if you feel like doing that, that may help you further your mediumship, okay? Thanks for writing. Okay, Shelby Nicole J. Hello, dear. Thanks for writing. You know, around that person that you inquired about, the person who crossed over from suicide, one of the things here is that it's going to be a little hard right now for you to make a clear connection with him. And the reason I say that is that I feel that this soul is very much trapped. And I feel like right now he's kind of in a place of purgatory. And so what you want to do is send prayers of healing light to him. Because as that light washes over his spirit, his consciousness will rise. And he'll start to be able to receive communications and in turn communicate. So if you try to communicate right now, I don't think you're going to have a lot of success there. So what you want to do is focus right now on healing and send the healing light. And in probably about 3 to 4 months, I believe you'll start to get some connection with him, okay? But he's in a place of peace, relatively. He's in a place of holding. Purgatory is like, well, I call it time out in the spirit world. And it's for people who have a lot of strong emotional issues that they're not able to let go of. And he's there. It's not punishment. He's not in hell. But it is a place of purgation. That's what it means. The soul is purged of that which limits its growth. And I do feel like your light, your prayers of healing light for him will do wonders. Okay? So keep me posted on that. Thank you, dear, for writing. Okay, Chapman Family 785. You know, this year around you is a very strong year of transition. You're going through a very difficult time right now because this is all about you letting go of the old self. And you know, as much as we say in our lives, and I'm guilty of it as well, that was like, oh, I don't, want that old self, I'm ready to change. Part of us always resists the change. So you're having a little bit of an internal tug of war here. But I do feel like you're going to be coming into that new self here. And I want you to particularly watch because they're showing me as you get into September here, there's a real new sense of beginning here around you. And interestingly, I feel like when you get into next year around January, you might even be looking to do a move. Because I feel like part of this old self may even literally change your home. But I do feel like there are new friendships coming in here as well around you. So be open to the change and don't be so harsh on yourself. You're doing just fine, okay? God bless you, dear. Thanks for writing. Okay, Ellie Cute 8. That's a nice name. Hi, Ellie. Good to hear from you, dear. You know, around your sister here, I would like you to speak to your parents and her doctors. And please ask the doctors to research epilepsy. Now, they may have already done some tests around that, and I'm not seeing it's actually epilepsy, but the condition that I pick up around her does deal with electrical synapses in the brain, and I feel that this is behind a lot of her problems here. Also, I'd like them to focus on the pituitary gland. And the reason I say that is I feel that her pituitary gland is growing rapidly. And I feel that this is also setting off some psychic experiences around her. And I do feel like over the next 3 to 4 months here, your sister is going to have more what I would call visionary episodes. She's not psychotic. She's not got a brain tumor. She's not dying. But this is about two different issues. One is the electrical issue in the brain, and the other is the pituitary gland. And I felt they'd focus on that area. You'd start to find some answers and see some improvement there, okay? Thanks for writing. Okay, Simple in the Sun. Hello, Lauren. So good to see you. You know what? It's so interesting. Around you, I pick up October as a significant month this year. And I feel like, you know, as we go into those fall months here, there's going to be some changes around you. And I see more schooling here around you. And I feel like you may be drawn back to schooling. And Fletcher's even indicating that there may be a change in work. And I feel like this may be actually a second job that comes in. And it's related to something connected to doing like research. It's academia. And you may find yourself being drawn towards working in something that's like a, you know, political activism or something that does research work. But keep an eye on the fall here because it looks very promising. And I see a little more money too. Okay. Thank you for writing. All right. Sarah the Girly Dork. You're not a dork, darling. You're very sweet. You know, around you, I get the most beautiful green light and purple light here. And I love these lights because these lights are all about transition and growth. It's interesting because the green is all about new beginnings here and new hope. And you're coming into a very new phase of your life. The purple is interestingly about your psychic and creative connections here. And I feel like you're going to start to get a lot more visual images coming to you. You may start to draw or paint or do something artistic. And it's interesting because going forward in the future for you, I see a connection here, interestingly, around communications. And that might sound strange right now, but I do feel like you'll be working down the road in the area dealing with media work. Okay? So just remember that. Thanks for writing. All right. Renoso0126. You know those dreams. First of all, they're not death premonitions. Okay? Your husband is not coming home in a box. But what that's about is that during those months, both of you are going to make significant spiritual growth, and your souls will be able to meet more easily on the astral plane. I don't see your husband coming home till probably around November, so it's going to be a little longer. But I don't see any danger around him, and you'll start to connect more on the astral plane. And both of you do well to work on your meditation, okay? As far as your parents' situation, you know, I don't see any change there. Neither of them want to change, and neither of them want to move on. So I think, you know, it's going to stay in a stalemate situation, okay? Okay, thanks for writing. All right, my last letter tonight is Chad. Hello, Chad. Well, let me tell you, first of all, your grandfather's in the light, and he's not upset about you because he says that he's glad you didn't see him in his debilitated condition. And he wants you to know he's fine. Yeah, he keeps pointing to the lungs and the chest and the heart. And I felt there was a lot of breathing issues around him towards the end. He says, I can breathe and I'm whole now. But he's asking to let you know he's in the light and he's at peace. And he says he hears you talk to him. Okay? So you keep talking to him. But he's with you. God bless you. My goodness, guys, I don't know where the time goes. But thank you for being here. And next week I'll bring you more messages from the spirit world.